Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres. All right, man. What do we got this week?
First up, we break down some trailers. We got some doozies. After that, we do nerd news of the week. We got some interesting tidbits for everybody. Then we talk about all the things we watched, the cool stuff, some stuff that I like, some stuff that Andres quit. Surprise, surprise, wink, wink. He's a quitter. Then we go to new to the list. We add some things to the list. And we end our show with our world famous double feature. We did a great job with that today. All right, let's start the show. What's up, man? How are you?
Dude, how's it going? Is it warm down there?
It has been caliente, el fuego.
Yeah.
Scorching balls, everything you want, man. It's been hot. It's been hot.
Same here. Not as bad as it was 2 weeks ago, but it's still some AC weather happening.
Yeah.
Some summertime.
Sure.
Yeah, weird. It's like August. It's summertime hot. You don't say.
Yeah, good observation.
How's everything else otherwise? Yeah.
I like your fucking Captain Obvious shirt. Good one.
Did you know it gets hotter in the summertime, guys?
Wow. You know, some of us have been expecting this.
It's pretty weird, right?
The weird thing is it took so long for it to get hot. I'm wondering, here's what I'm wondering. Is it going to be a long summer or is it going to be like a extremely hot short summer?
I'm wondering if it's going to be like hot into like October. You know what I mean? There's going to be like a bunch of bursts. Like this week sucks.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now sucks.
Well, down here in good old San Diego, sometimes I feel like September is the hottest month of the year.
It can be. And especially I know like not to name names, but someone dragged us to Disneyland once in September against like better judgment. And like if you look up the historical temperatures and you're like, let's go to Disneyland, and you're like, September's gonna be amazing. Historically it's like mid 90s. I'm like, are you out of your mind? No, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. We'll get together, have a couple laughs,
go on some rides, drink some Dole fucking pineapple thingies. You're gonna be fine. Just
get a funnel cake.
Just find some shade. I'm like, are you fucking out here? 14 hours in 90 something degree. Yeah, on your feet. Anyways, yeah. All right.
Are you ready to get started or what?
Yeah, we should get into some nerdy shit.
All right. Oh, we starting with some nerdy shit.
Yes,
we're starting with some Marvel Studios Loki season 2.
Dude, I think it just came out this morning, the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot there was gonna be a season 2.
Nice. Good job, old fart.
It's just not drawing me in. All those, like, there's too many things. The Kang thing and then Ant-Man 3, and like that has something to do with Loki. And it's just kind of like it doesn't feel as connected as it could. But what are your thoughts on the trailer?
I turned the page, man. I'm an optimist,
and
I like it. I'm choosing to forget a lot of that shit that you just said.
Ooh.
And I'm going to move forward.
Ooh.
And the trailer looks dope, and I'm excited. I have not watched a lot of Marvel stuff the last few months. I think the Ant-Man. Oh, no, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, which I liked a lot. But yeah, this looks like it could be some high quality stuff. So I'm excited. We got a few months till it comes out. So
October. That's a ways off. It looks good. I mean, visually it looks good. It looks like they went right into the feel. I'm like, you know what? I enjoyed most of the show. I think the show was too long, like, to support the story, and it kind of dragged. But when it was on, it was on. When it was fun, it was cool. I'm like, damn. They just needed less taki. You know what I mean? They need to, like, less filler. if they stick to like just the fun, quirky, wild stuff, and then
Yeah.
visually it's
Yeah.
shiny and sharp, and it looks cool.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. All right.
Marvel needs a win.
Yeah, they do. Moving on, we got Strays, the R-rated dog talking movie.
Dude, looks funny. We already saw the trailer once before, and this goes even further. Looks funny.
Yeah. And for all the listeners out there, I am a sucker for dog videos with voiceover on them, especially if the dogs have accents. Oh my god, I'm fucking laughing no matter what. Be like, hey Chewy, get the fucking, whatever. Oh man, I'm in, dude. I'm in. So they got this movie's gonna be just like fucking dogs and voiceovers. I'm like, I'm in, dude. It's gonna be some funny shit. And it's gonna be R-rated with Will Ferrell. And
it's gonna be dirty. They're gonna be getting drunk and high and like. It's like a dog road trip movie of like just no rules, man, no rules.
We didn't really do it. It was dogs. Yeah, we'll see.
I think it looks funny. I'm into it. I think it's gonna be like just a nice, easy, big laugh kind of thing.
Yeah, we want to laugh.
It's like Cocaine Bearish. You know what I mean? Like it's like gonna be in that wheelhouse.
Stupid fun. Yeah.
I think it looks cool. All right, what else we got next?
Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
Dude, this thing is getting really, really high reviews so far. Like on Rotten Tomatoes, it was like high 90s, low 90s, somewhere in there. Like, dude, I did not see this coming. But then again, I made the mistake of not realizing the director. He directed one of my favorite films, animated films from a couple years ago. He directed Mitchell's versus the Machines, which was my pick for like best animated film for that year. I thought it was so fun. And he's directing this. So I'm like, holy shit. I went from mildly curious to like, shit, I'm going to watch this one.
It's got some pedigree.
It looks, in the style, I think it looks a little overly stylized. Like they're trying to get some of that Spider-Verse stuff. You know what though? I'm cool with it. So what are your thoughts?
I'm in. I was in the first trailer, the first little teaser, whatever. I was like, oh, I like this shit. It looks cool. I appreciate the over stylized, like if it looks cool, it looks cool to me. I'm not gonna sit there and judge it like too harshly because it's trying to capture some of the magics that other movies have success with. As long as the story's there and like it looks cool, I mean, I'm excited. So we'll see.
I think it looks cool. It looks funny, and I think they know what they're doing. And I hope this kick us off a franchise. Who knows, man? Dude, the Ninja Turtles have been around since like the early 90s, I think. Late 80s, early 90s. And they're still going. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah. All right, moving on to Creepy Corner. We got Saw X. Official trailer just dropped.
Saw 10 or Saw X? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, is there 10 of them? Probably. Well, then, bro, how are you going to question me if you don't even know? Bro, you over here, Saw 10, Saw X? You don't even know.
Fucking Fast X, bro. You can watch the fucking Fast X and Saw X.
Now you went from Captain Obvious to Mr. Misinformation over here.
Ooh, no. I mean, what if you watch Saw X and not realizing that there is 9 or not 9 and you forgot to watch it and you're totally lost watching this film. You have no idea what's happening.
I'm pretty sure that that ship has sailed the building. Has left the port.
All right, did you watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer.
What are your thoughts?
This guy's been alive with a tumor for a long time. Was my my initial diagnosis. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I think the first one came out in like 2003, 2004, something like that. So
Yeah.
he's doing okay.
Yeah, man. It's like, it took him a long time to get re-diagnosed. I'm like, hey, you don't have it. Fucking 20 years later.
I'm gonna go kill some fools.
So you know what? This movie has potential to be like high level fucking shit show. And you know what I'm saying? If this is the fucking trailer and that's the fucking premise, like from like, oh yeah, guess what? We misdiagnosed you 20 years. That's why you've been alive for 20 years with a brain tumor that was supposed to kill you, like, so long ago. But hey, you're still kicking.
Good for you, buddy.
Imagine like you thinking that you're gonna die for 20 years from a brain tumor that you didn't fucking have. What the fuck? I'd want to kill motherfuckers too. They lied to me for 20 years.
You clean out your bank account, go to Vegas, you come back with all kinds of STDs. You're like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, like how many years? Like if I'm a doctor and be like, he's still alive. Maybe it's been a year. Maybe we should look at some more X-rays.
Maybe we should get like a second opinion.
Let's knock the dust off these fucking X-rays and check this out again. Maybe the light let's change the light bulbs on the X-ray machine so we can fucking get a better picture. Because
I'm look like, at the X-ray again. You're like, is that mayonnaise someone dropped on the fucking X-ray? Shit.
Jesus Christ. That's the fucking best premise. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. So yeah.
It looks violent. It looks filled with blood, the trailer alone. So I can't even imagine the film's going to be. I mean, you know what you're getting into. It's a Saw film. I still remember watching the first film late at night in my old apartment alone, like at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And at the very end, spoiler, the last like minute of the film, I was like, what the fuck? Like that shit, that messed me up. That messed me up when I was younger. I was like, holy shit. And then I think
that was a top level reveal.
That was pretty awesome. And then I watched like maybe two more Saw films. It was kind of like, yeah, that was more of a one and done kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But apparently not, because there's like 10 of them or there's X of them. You fucking make your pick. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of these movies. I'm not a big fan of torture porn, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Movies. I only watched the first one. And I think after that, I'm like, I think I may have tried to watch the second one and I'm like, no, this shit sucks. So I kind of just stopped. And then I'm like, I figured they were just going to try to ante up each kill more than the last one. Because I think there was like some really intricate kills in other ones. And then it just became a highlight reel of how to kill people. And there was like no real story.
It's all very convenient. It's not like it's like,
yeah.
It's like it's hard. You're just like, okay, now you get to die, and here you get to die, and then let's end the movie.
But, make a choice.
I mean, there's creepiness, but it's not like, didn't see that coming.
It's more like a cringe thing, right? Like you don't want to look away. You're like, oh fuck, that's fucked up. But am I freaked out? I'm like, not really. More like, am I gonna throw up? Blech.
Waiting for that story to happen. All right, yeah. So that's Saw coming out later this year, and I think that's it for the trailers.
That's it, my guy. Moving on to nerd news of the week.
Yeah, we're gonna start this on a sad one.
Yeah.
Just this morning. All right, fire away.
Yeah, I didn't even know until you told me about it. Mr. Paul Rubens passes away at 70. 70. I didn't even know he was that old.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, like if you were a kid, he was unavoidable. He had his TV show and he had the movies, and there was like this iconic, and he had his little gray suit and his little bow tie, and he had that voice, which I cannot do. That shit was everywhere.
Yeah. I agree with you.
And that was Tim Burton directed the first Pee Wee movie. And that was like a Tim Burton's first like big, coming onto the scene, which is like, huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. What were your memories of good old Pee Wee?
Yeah, I remember the movie specifically. I wasn't the hugest fan of the show, but the movie, I remember, like, because we were young when it came out, and I remember the Big Bertha scene always got me, man. It always got me. But like before that, it was just like fun, and then like he goes on with Big Bertha, and you're like, all right, man, time to get serious, and because some scary shit's gonna happen, you didn't even know.
I'm gonna interject for a second for our listeners who are gonna want to slap the shit out of you. It's Large Marge, bro. Large Marge. Tell him Marge sent ya.
Large Marge. Big Bertha. Oh my goodness. Where did I get that from?
Man. Anyways, continue.
So Large Marge always got me, man. And and I remember that, and I remember the dinosaurs. Always wanted to, whenever we hit the road. Yeah, I'm like, man, maybe we'll drive by some dinosaurs today.
Just random.
Yeah, maybe those. Here we go to a road trip, and we'll drive by some dinosaurs.
Clearly, you're not driving down the right roads if you're just missing the dinosaurs every time.
Clearly,
but dude, that movie, it's so wacky and it's so funny and so random, and everything kind of hit. And I think for me as a kid, all the like his kitchen was all automated. He had all these gadgets and like funny shit, and that shit was cool. Then the bike at the end was all like cool. It had rockets and shit. And like, what?
Yeah.
All those little things. I was like, shit, what a kid want. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. But and he stuck around for a long time. He was still acting and stuff.
Yeah. I remember he would just show up in a random movie too. But like I remember the Beach Cruiser too. Like, damn, I wanted a Beach Cruiser like that.
It was pretty cool. Like, it looked big, but I'm like, but the colors, I'm like, it looked almost like a hot rod, beach cruiser. That was the thing. And I remember when he did the second movie and there was no beach cruiser, I was like, what the hell is this shit? Big Top Pee Wee. Not as good.
No. All right, moving on. Big news from Barbie. Barbie makes $500 million in first week.
Dude, worldwide.
Wow.
Over 500 million worldwide. How insane is that? Did you see that coming?
No.
Let me ask you a question. Do you own any Barbie stock? Because I don't.
No. Although I should, because the Nida has a decent collection.
You've contributed to the Barbie success.
Yes.
Man, that's crazy. What's also really cool is the coattails of Oppenheimer is doing like, this is the biggest Christopher Nolan film in a long time. Yeah. Like, it's his last two films, it's already way past it. This thing has only been out for a week and it's not slowing down. Like, it's doing really good business.
Yeah. And it's cool that both movies are good.
Yeah.
We're not, like it's better that both movies are good because there's more shit to watch. You don't want to like sit there and just like, shit on something just to shit on something. So it's kind of good that they both have good word of mouth and they both have, legs, it seems like, because they're going to keep making money.
And they both have like, I haven't seen them, but I'm guessing slightly different demographics. So that's kind of cool for everybody. And then the one I feel sorry. I feel so bad. For Mr. Tom Cruise, man. Like, I want him to keep making movies and keep making these huge Mission Impossible films. And this film, it's looking like it's going to be very middle ground of all the earners. And I was hoping it was going to make like a killing after the hard time that they struggled for like 3 years to get this movie made because of the COVID shutdown. Like they said, they probably spent like an extra $100 million on the production of this thing because of like the fucking crazy delays, like delay, refilm. They had to like, I think, rent a cruise ship to house the entire crew to keep everyone isolated. Like they couldn't figure out how to do that while they were shooting because they wanted to keep the machine running. which I super appreciate. Like, dude, that they went all out for this film. And I was really hoping like the audience would come back for them going all out, but I guess not as much. So that's kind of a bummer.
I think too that I think that's what it still goes to show you that word of mouth is king when it comes to like you want to blow something up, because yeah, reviews are good and blah blah blah. Because I mean, Mission Impossible got good reviews, but if people aren't going like, oh man, you gotta watch this, better than Fallout, it's better than this, blah blah blah, then they're not gonna go. And I think that's what it is. And then once you watch it and we can rank all the Mission Impossible movies, it's gonna be interesting where you put this one and be like, man, I guess
I'm so curious, yeah.
Because it'll be like, oh yeah, I mean, if it's gonna be in the middle of the pack, it's gonna be in the middle of the pack. You can't force it, and like, you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, I already know where I got it, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad for him at all. He had Maverick last year. He's all right, or 2 years ago, whatever. He's fine. He's gonna make more.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna not make movies for Tom Cruise.
He's got a space movie coming up too, but I think they still got to finish filming the second part of this Mission Impossible sequel.
This guy's been making blockbusters for 40 years. He's all right. Don't feel bad for him.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about future blockbusters. I want to see more stuff blow up.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
You're
but
right.
yeah, but still this phenomenon of Barbenheimer, fascinating. That shit is fascinating to me.
Another note is that I hear people, I haven't gone to see it either, but hey, my people out there, stop taking kids to go watch Barbie. It's not a kids movie. I keep hearing me like, so many people took their kids. I'm like, why? Have you seen the trailer? There's no jokes. There's no fart noises. There's nothing for kids.
I think the name alone says Barbie. Like, dude, if you walked into a movie and you were like Dead Reckoning or Barbie, which film would you take your kid to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Come on now. Yeah. All right. Moving on,
we got excited for this. The Righteous Gemstones got renewed for season 4. They're still airing season 3 right now.
I think it just ended. I think last night or this weekend. I think it just finished airing.
Oh, really? I have to check because I watched the first 4, but they put another show about monster trucks, and I guess people were in a competition to make the monster truck for the Righteous Gemstones TV show. So whoever won that competition was a truck that was in the Righteous Gemstones. Interesting. It's on Max.
I didn't know that. All right, synergy, tie-ins, promotions, marketing. Cool.
Yeah, make them dollars. Capitalism,
dude. 4 seasons, Gemstones coming up. Cool. I did not watch any of the seasons so far, but I have a feeling we're gonna binge the crap out of it pretty soon. We're just catching up. We're still playing catch up mode, but I'm excited.
I have like 4 series that are like on rotation where I'm behind on something. So yeah, I get you, man. Catch up time is tough.
So yeah, that's cool news. All right, what's the next piece of news?
All right, moving on. We got A24 sets the Iron Claw movie set for Christmas. I'm so excited for this. I'm not sure who directed it, but I know the story pretty well because I remember growing up watching wrestling. And this is a story of the Von Erich family. And like they used to have like this wrestling move where they grab your head with the hand and supposedly they like and squeeze your forehead and be like, oh, that's why it's called the Iron Claw. And like the Von Erichs had the power of the Iron Claw.
The claw. Okay.
Yeah. But like there was 4 brothers that were all wrestlers, and they were like basically the family was cursed. And like there's only like one surviving brother. They all kicked the bucket.
Shit.
Yeah, it's
Spoiler.
crazy. Yeah.
I guess that's why it's
spoiler, it's real life.
Yeah, it's A2 who does like serious good movies. So I'm like, oh shit. And the main star is from The Bear. Jeremy, what was it, Alan White?
Yeah, and Zac Efron.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a legit film.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Between those two alone, I'm like, all right. And like, all right. And A24, man, everything they do, I want to at least dip my toe.
And I want to say that there's a 30 for 30 on it, and they interview
Really?
The surviving brother and stuff about it and stuff like that, and one of them was he went on to be on WWF. I don't know if you remember the Texas Tornado.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was in the 80s. You know, this is when we were kids. So late 80s, 90s. Texas Tornado was one of them. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this.
It looks cool. There's no trailer yet, but
some wrestling.
I think it's November, December comes out.
Yeah, Christmas time.
Yeah.
Might try to get some award season going.
I bet they will. A24.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
All right, last piece of news. I thought it was interesting, so I throw it out at you. The director of Blue Beetle, when he originally met with DC for this film, he didn't know it was this film. He thought for some reason he wanted to do a Bane movie. He wanted to like an origin of Bane movie. And then he has a long interview about like what he wanted it to be, what he wants, the hopes for that kind of a thing. But they didn't do it Blue Beetle instead. But I just got to say, any director that shows up at DC, it's like, I want to do a Bane movie. Like that dude's I like that guy. He's got some street cred. And he ended up doing the Blue Beetle movie instead, which is like, this guy kind of knows his shit. If he wants to do a cool Bane movie, the Blue Beetle's got to be pretty cool. I mean, we both think the trailer looks cool.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, shit, this is cool. So this is some nerd stuff. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it would be cool. A Bane movie. I'm down for a Bane origin story. I wonder if they're gonna go like in South America where he wrestles, because that's the origin of the mask, right? And it'd be interesting and see how crazy they get with it. Like as far as the transformation between the human and the monster and whatever. So
I think it'd be cool. I think there's a lot to harvest there. I mean, is a person that was literally born in a prison to help to serve out the rest of his father's sentence.
Yeah.
And so it just starts bad and just gets worse and crazy. And And I was like,
it's funny though, because like right now there's like two different, in my head, I have two different versions of Bane. And it's like, one's the one from Harley Quinn and he just says dumb shit. And then I got Tom Hardy, on the other side. So it's like, and that's not like an authentic or real representation of the character. And even though like it's fun, but it's not who Bane really is. So
no, never.
Hopefully one day he'll get a shot.
That's hope. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Someone's out there trying to give some nerdy props to a crazy ass character. All right.
Yeah, you went deep in the nerd corner with that one, buddy.
Cool. All right, here we go. Moving on. We got some stuff. We got a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah, we watched some things. First, they cloned Tyrone
on Netflix.
Yeah.
It just came out like a week or two ago, and apparently it's like top of the charts. Yada yada yada. We saw the trailer. The trailer looked cool.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go into a little spoilers, but not yet. Overall, how did you like it?
Overall, man, I enjoyed the way it looked, the production value of it. I mean, I liked the rawness of it. I liked how everybody talked. I liked the world they created, and I liked everybody's performance.
Pretty much right there with you. I watched it with Christina, and she had no idea what we were watching. And for the first 10 minutes, she's like, are you sure we want to keep watching this? And I was like, it hasn't started yet. Like, the whole beginning is so like, what the fuck is happening kind of situation.
Yeah.
And you're kind of waiting for like the rocket ship to take off. And then all of a sudden the thing happens, which I won't talk about yet. And then she was like, what? And then like, it starts getting intriguing.
Yeah.
And then from that point, she was like totally in, and I was super in already because I'm like, this is going to get crazy. This is not what I expected. And I'm like, I was a huge fan of this film. I'll totally watch this shit again, especially knowing what you're kind of looking for, and like the dialogue, the performance. Like John Boyega fucking killed it. Like all three of them were like, shit.
Yeah.
And the dialogue is so good. I think we're going to have some quotes later from some of our favorite pimp quotes from the movie. And oh my god, there's a couple. We were around it a few times for some of those lines. We're like, holy shit, this is fucking hilarious. And I just loved how unexpected it was. And it's like it took itself serious, but it wasn't like over the. It's just it was fine balance of a sci-fi, like kind of like urban kind of. How do you explain it? Because it's kind of like unexpected. Unexpected.
Yeah,
It's so
it's
cool.
definitely something new or something that hasn't been done too many times before.
Mhm.
It's kind of like when Attack the Block came out, right? With
Oh yeah,
John
John
Boyega
Boyega.
when over there in England and stuff. It was like the same sci-fi, but kind of like street, and like you bought it, like because the first like 10 minutes of the movie, you think you're watching like Hustle and Flow or like Menace to Society because the whole street thing, like territory, blah blah blah. So they establish the world that they live in, and then they start adding like the sci-fi part of it.
And then they expand that world of like trying to explain what they're trying to do, where they get real deep, it gets philosophical, and you're like, oh shit. And then you see like the scale of what they were trying to do. You're like, oh damn. It's just it never takes itself too serious, but the ideas are like, but man, it's hilarious, like some of the shit. Let's get in some spoilers. Let me set the timer here. We gotta do some spoilers. All right, listeners. Fast forward 4.5 minutes for They Clone Tyrone spoilers. 4.5 minutes. All right, here we go.
Yeah, man. I couldn't stop laughing when they were set the plan in motion, and remember they were trying to get that one guy to shoot his name
his rival.
His rival, be like, you're telling me there's some Bill Nye the Science Guy motherfuckers underneath me right now? And he said it like 3 or 4 times every time, like, you're telling me there's something underneath me right now? And then like it's so funny, and then like and then they get it in there, and then at the end, and he walks through the door, and he's like, I knew they'd be trapping down here, like a trap house, that's what the name for these crack houses and shit are. And I'm like, I knew they were trapping down here. It was funny.
This trap house is an elevator.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. That's some funny ass shit. And yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of it.
Dude, at the very end, how she was getting the messages and they were incognito to each person in the car.
Yeah. They each had their own little prostitute or lady of the night deliver messages to each other, and they're like performing, not actual stuff. They were just like
performing
the motion. Yeah.
So and so said so and so, and you got to do this thing.
Yeah, and like the head were bobbing, and it was hilarious, dude. The way they set it up was great.
And then went to him, like you said, sitting in the car running lines. Okay, say it again. This is a Bill knife. Okay, no, say it like this.
No, man, it was great, dude.
And Jamie Foxx, man, that was like so unexpected. Like his lines came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shit! I even wrote down a couple of my favorite lines. Like, what was it? Like, a pimp's blood sugar's getting low.
That's funny.
What else was it? Like, my spider sense is tingling. Anyone else's spider sense tingling?
Yeah, man, he has some good ones.
Or people are always running away. Yeah. What was the other one? Go be on your merry hoeing way. There's a whole bunch of lines I am not going to be saying, but
good call.
His delivery was so good. We were just dying watching this shit. I was like, oh, he was just loving it.
It was a nice little surprise of a movie, man. It was just, it was just really well done. Kudos to them.
Super happy about the movie. And at the end, it gets creepy with all the clones showing up at the end. You're just like, oh, geez. And everyone's naked running around. You're like, oh, shit. And then a big surprise was Kiefer Sutherland. I did not. I was like, is that Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah.
Very, very different, very like shitty. I'm like, he's playing it really well. So I thought it was really cool.
At first, I thought it was Steven Dorff. I'm like, hey, Steven Dorff always just shows up.
I couldn't figure out for a second. I'm like, I think that's Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Because he even changed his voice. But a certain part, I'm like, I think it sounds like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They try to make him sound Southern, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
no, he did a good job too.
Yeah. And I think the only white dude in the movie.
And like it's obviously white too, because like the color palette, like the way they did the lighting and the production, it was a dark film anyways. And like
Very.
it seemed like most of the movie was shot at night or had to do with, dark rooms.
Everything was underlit on purpose.
Yeah. So when he came on the screen, you knew it.
You're like, poof. But yeah, so that's on Netflix, man. They cloned Tyrone. Hell of a fun time. Unexpected. Easily one of the better films of the year so far. Because Netflix doesn't always turn out the best stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
They get a lot of hype, and then sometimes they struggle to deliver all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Moving on to Transformers: Rise of the Beast, Paramount Plus.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. It just showed up, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it overall. It was not a thinker's film. It had enough action and enough humor. It kept moving, which was nice. Optimus Prime was kind of a dickhead the whole time, which is like, dude. I think the actors like Anthony Ramos, he's a great actor. He was not given a lot of good dialogue. I think his talent was wasted. It was all just like plug and play characters. It was very straightforward, but it felt like it was loyal to like the cartoon. They didn't try to do anything more than the cartoon. And if you like the cartoon, this is going to give it to you. It's going to give you the explody and the boom boom and the choo, 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 choo. It's all there. And a little bit more than that. And then they go to Peru for a little bit, and the scenery is really pretty. And don't take it too serious, and you'll probably have a good time. I had a good time. Lots of little nitpicks, but I mean, it's a fucking Transformers film. You can't get too serious about it. That's really all I got for that one. I overall enjoyed it. I think. What were your thoughts again?
Me too. I enjoyed it. It was easily one of the better Transformer movies.
Oh yeah.
From start to finish. Again, you hit it right on the head when they didn't try to do too much, where they try to be like, oh yeah, there's a secret government agency that's been around, they've been, friends, and like all this shit, like why what can the robots just fight? They don't like each other.
We got to find a thing to put it in this other place, and then we got to make sure. I don't know, simple.
They just don't like each other, man. Let's do this. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and I love the music. You mentioned it last week.
Yeah.
Like all the 80s, 90s hip hop, man, I was in for it. I like the design of the robots because I'm a big, like, the Michael Bay Transformer movies. I never was 100% on the design of Optimus because I knew him as a Freightliner, with the flat cab.
Yeah.
And the cartoons.
Not just that, but the designs when they're like the giant robots walking around. It was so noisy and busy. I'm like, what am I looking at? It just looks like a scribble. Like they scribbled on screen.
Parts. I'm like, do they need to move? Yeah.
They simplified the design and made it like these registered way better on screen than the last ones. I'm like, dude, keep it simple. Like, come on now. And it worked. My main gripe before we go into a little bit of spoilers, Pete Davidson. I didn't really care much for him, his performances. Mirage, like the main Transformer buddy. It's a little too, it just didn't quite fit. It was too like, hey guys, I'm Pete Davidson kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, nobody else there is doing that. So it's just kind of like, I don't think I ever laughed. I think he made me laugh like maybe twice.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of jokes. So I don't know. Anyways, that was my thing there.
Ready to get to spoilers?
All right, let's go into spoiler zone. All right, so spoilers, people. For Transformers: Rise of the Beast is 5 minutes. Fast forward 5 minutes. Fire away. Spoilers for Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, right off the bat, the ending.
You mean the very, very end?
Yeah, the very, very end.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking cool.
I thought it was awesome. I was expecting like, here's our card, and it was going to be like Sector 7. Like, I think that's what they're called with the whole government agency, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And he looks at it, and it doesn't say that. And it says, what does it say?
G.I. Joe.
I was like, even though I wasn't like super, I didn't love the film. Like I was like, this is good enough. But as soon as they did that, my fucking heart jumped up a couple notches. Like,
yeah, right.
It's crazy how that nostalgia just kicked in at that fucking nostalgia drug, man. I was like, fuck, I just gave me a shot of a fucking espresso. Just like, what?
Yeah. And it kind of gave me hope for like having a real Cobra Commander and like, a real Destro and a real, Duke and all these characters that we grew up watching and stuff. And they're going to be in the same universe as Optimus Prime. What the fuck? And then maybe Duke is going to teach Optimus Prime not to be a dick all the time. Because that was like my major thing was how much of a dick he was. I'm like, take it easy, Optimus Prime. You're like 50 feet tall.
These humans, I don't like them. Or
yeah, I'm like, damn, dude.
They're mean to me. I'm like, fuck, dude, chill out. At the very end, he's like, I guess you're okay. Like,
like that. You gotta have a blood sacrifice. Calm down, Optimus.
Yeah, like what has he been doing?
We can't get repaired, dude. We're biological, dog.
But yeah, there's overall it was fun. Like that was the only big spoiler. There's nothing really to spoil. There's not like a fucking secret plot line or a fucking cameo.
I like Scourge. I like that he was relentless and I like he was the right amount of menacing, and he was pretty cocky and I liked it. I like that he kind of whipped the Optimus ass a couple of times and
it felt balanced and right and fun and it was super solid. And just nothing really to spoil. Oh, Bumblebee, that was a little kind of like let's take him out at the beginning, let's bring him back at the end, and then it's like all right, whatever. I love the Unicron stuff. I was like, they were not fucking around. I was like, this guy was the threat, and he was very threatening, and they presented him in that scary, crazy way. At the very end, though, the whole like, I think like we have to use this code to disarm this thing, to trap him in this thing. Yeah, but instead they're like, let's just smash it with a rock instead. Okay, and it worked or something. I was like, all right. Other than that, whatever. It's fun.
Yeah, whenever there's a like that, what you just described, I'm like, man, that's some writer's room shenanigans right there, man. They must have fucking just had like a crazy party the night before and be like, hey, man, we gotta finish this shit. We gotta go home. Can you just smash it with a rock and can we just call it a day?
But bro, they went all the way to Peru. They had to solve all these mysteries, put these two puzzle pieces together, drive to the right place at the right time, put it into the right thing, do the right twist, do the fucking right connection. They're like, yeah, but I want to go home.
Yeah, I'm about to start puking right here if you don't let me go home. They just smashed it with a rock.
I was like, all right.
Damn.
But it's a Transformers. Like, all right,
moving on. It's Transformers. It's not. We're not winning Oscars here.
And then fucking homie getting his like power suit out of Mirage. I'm like, what just happened? A Transformer like transformed on top of him into a fucking battle outfit. But it's like he wasn't big. He was just like just outside. Looked like just a little layer of armor. And all of a sudden, I'm like, what? And they kept doing this thing like he's this ex-military guy. They're like, okay, making it a big deal. They never once fucking pays off to anything in the movie. I'm like, all right. It's like
he never does no hands, no hand gestures, no nothing. Just
he does not know how to work with a group of people. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. He has like no there's no purpose. His whole thing purpose is to yell Brooklyn every like fucking 10 minutes or something like that. I'm like, damn, they need to like pump his script up. Anyways,
and they would draw some Biggie Smalls.
There you go. Still a fun movie. It's on Paramount Plus. Check it out, man. It's fun. All right. Moving on.
So excited about this. What we do in the shadows.
Are we just going to go straight into spoilers here?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Dude, you were... All right, we're going straight into spoilers. Let's get the spoiler clock going. All right. What we do in shadows, spoilers, 5.5 minutes. So fast forward 5.5 minutes. But seriously, just go watch the damn show. It's one of the funniest damn things on show. It's on HULU. All right, as we're in spoiler mode. And as we were talking earlier, just saying What We Do in Shadows, you just started laughing. You didn't even say anything specific. I didn't say anything specific. You just started laughing your ass off. So fire away, man. You got some shit to say.
Oh my god. Like watching these episodes, man, they kind of leave me just humming, dude, like a buzz, just like sometimes I'm watching this episode and it's so fucking funny that I can't even fucking laugh. I'm just like staring at it, like
struggling for breath.
Yeah, like it's like, how did he come up with this shit? The last episode was the
election
council.
one.
The Supreme Council for the
energy vampires.
The energy vampires. And they're like, do you want to tell her that nobody can hear? And like she keeps talking, and I'm like, oh my god, they're all wearing beige. It's like fucking it was so like perfect. I was just like, and every line is a joke. Every single line they read on the show is a fucking joke.
Dude,
and
every time
you look at it.
And like Laszlo, every time they cut to him saying something, every line is like he's just being a little bitch or something like that. Yeah. And it's just
I'm the king of the bottoms. I'm like, you're the king of the bottoms? Oh my goodness.
Dude, there's so many lines and there's too much to quote. Like I couldn't even.
There's too much. Like you can't. You have to sit there and just rewatch everything, and like even like the sensitive subject of of the gay pride parade. I mean, that episode was hilarious. And it was so well done. And dude, and then the whole Guillermo, is he a vampire? Is he not a vampire? Yeah. Like it's not kicking in all the way. That's hilarious too.
And his buddy's like, I don't like the sight of blood. This isn't gonna really work for me. You're like, what?
Dude, it's just like nonstop. And then not just little spirit doll, they broke her legs and they fucking put the other legs where she's dancing and shit. And then they switch bodies so she can fuck. Oh my god, bro! Like, how do you see? That's the writer. This is the opposite of fucking. Let's just smash it with a rock. This is the opposite of like. This is how you get shit done right here, man. Whoever's in that writing room, man. Hey, everybody else take some notes.
Dude, it's hilarious. I mean, the first 4 episodes are almost not really even that related to each other, but they just kind of smoothly go from one story to the next and nothing matters, and it's fucking hilarious. And
you're just fucking like, Nandor going to the gym to get a friend. Oh my god, dude.
And then Colin Robinson apparently has like a wife or some shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's so funny. I forgot. And then shout out to the girl Evie that plays Evie. She's the sister in Righteous Gemstones. Oh man, she's killing it. Man, it doesn't stop with them, dude.
Oh. And then Sean just always showing up.
Yeah, Shawnee. And then the whole hypnotism thing. And then finally, like Laszlo, oh, I'm not good at it. Never been really good at it. I just been taking the piss out of you because I wanted to.
I don't know how to do hypnotizing.
Yeah.
I use my charms.
Yeah. So fucking funny. Laszlo, dude.
God. There's too much.
It's too much, man.
Laszlo's a VIP so far for us this season because, oh my God, he's so funny.
Oh, he right off the bat. Like in the first season where they were like, Gizmo's acting like blah, 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 blah. They call him Gizmo,
yeah.
like Enrique, or what's his name, Guillermo. And he's like, I don't give 2 fucks, and they just like going off all the time. Every line, his line delivery is insane.
Dude, it's so good. Like, and you can just watch him all day.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just want to have tea with the guy or something and just listen to the shit he says.
Yeah, because when they go find out from who is it, the Count or whatever, the guy that like,
oh yeah, Doug Jones shows up.
Yeah, Doug Jones shows up, and they're like, well, let's see what happens. I've never made somebody twice, and it fucking just blows up.
Oh,
oh man. Hilarious show.
How are you feeling? I feel wow.
Oh man,
yeah, you can't do that. Oh,
so funny, dude.
4 down. I'm already sad. I'm like, I think we're halfway down already with the season. I'm like, no.
It's operating at a different level, man.
The cool thing is you just keep rewatching these and they won't get old.
Yeah. Because you're gonna miss something because you were laughing previously.
Big time. But all right. Should we move on? Get out of the spoiler zone?
Yeah,
Are
we
you
can.
good? I don't know what to say. I think 90% of the people listening be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
They just keep laughing, dumbasses. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, moving on. Good Omens, season 2, one of your favorites.
Yeah, loved the first show. They called it the first season. It was not really conceived as multiple shows. It's one book. It's all that exists, and it's one show. And I thought it was brilliant. And so when they announced the second one, I was like, all right. And I think the book was written like 20 plus years ago. So them doing this like 20 years later, if it was technically a sequel they came up with, I'm like, And the trailer came out and it looked a little like, didn't have the quite feel, you know? So we watched the first episode. We were excited. We're both big fans. And I got to tell you, it was kind of like it was not the same. Like the budget went down. I don't know. Like half the show was like took place in like one room, and it's like this is not fun. Like the first show was like goes all over time, and they're traveling. It's like a road movie. You meet all these characters. All this shit happens. Like very little happens in this first episode, and it's just kind of like repetitive. And every scene is way too long. It's like they cut the budget by like 80%. They said we'll do a sequel, but we're going to take all your money away. You just got to figure out how to do it in these 4 rooms. And it was like, shit. The actors are all great. David Tennant's always awesome, but it didn't have that level of humor or wittiness. The story was not really moving very fast. Like in the first episode of the first season, it's always weird to call it a first season. So much happens. And you're just like, this is amazing. Like this, there's like not a lot happening. And if this is the pacing for the season, oof, I don't know if we're gonna finish it, man. Like there's 2 episodes available on Prime right now, and we didn't go to the second episode. We just went to watch something else instead.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like somebody's got a case of the quitsies.
Oh yeah, dude, this is heartbreak. This is a heartbreaksy.
Then like you're quitting something you like. Oh my god,
man!
Don't quit me, man.
I'm pretty sure we turned it off and turned on What We Do in Shadows because we just needed to like.
That's a winner,
man. It was a bummer, but hey, we tried, and maybe
you gotta give it another shot, bro. You watched the whole season. You're just gonna give up already?
I'm pretty sure we're going to keep going at some point, but there's this other stuff we want to get to first, like Righteous Gemstones. We got to get back to that.
Yeah, well, that's a good one, yeah.
But all right, there you go. Moving on.
All right, moving on. Now we get to add things to the list. Oh yeah, baby. First up, The Meg 2.
Yeah.
Woo!
Dude, I so want to watch this. Dude, I would watch this shit in the fucking IMAX. If I could. Yeah. I would do a double feature of Barbie and The Meg 2.
Yeah. I wonder if it's gonna be like like you're gonna walk out feeling drunk because like nothing's gonna make sense. So I don't know if you want to go in there like take a shot before you go in there. Be like just to like get like like don't do no math. No 2 + 2 = 4.
And then, the nonsense is gonna sober you up.
Yeah, don't do any, don't worry about geometry or physics or any of that. Just go in there and look at the crazy shit they put on the screen.
Just have a good time, folks. Like,
yeah,
Jason Statham is a superhero in this film.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a cape. That's it. He can bench press sharks. 1,000 times his size. And
bro, that jet ski scene with and like it is like I don't know, like I try to wrap my head around it and I just don't know how that works. But hey, who am I? Hey, it looks cool, I guess. So sharks are a thing, dude.
I'm in. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah,
they owned it. The fact they're making a sequel is amazing. So let's go. Meg too.
And like, yeah, I watched the first one. I enjoyed the first one. I'm not
Totally
shitting
enjoyed
on it. Yeah, and it is what it is. It's just funny, right? It's like funny, like in a fucked up way. Like in the trailer, the girl's like walking and she's on the phone. She's like, "Oh, this glass is Meg proof or something like that." And I'm like, and the fucking giant shark just bites through it, and I'm like, "Is that it? The movie's over already?" I'm like, it sunk the thing already. Oh man, but hey, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna have some
First,
fun.
first film
We're
was
gonna have
fun.
some laughs.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Moving on, Puss and Boots 2 on what was it? Netflix.
It just came
It's
on.
been on Peacock, my guy. I mean,
I know.
I've seen it like 4 times.
I don't have it. So when I saw it on Netflix, I was like, we
Did you
actually
watch it?
we watched the
Or are you
first.
gonna watch it?
No, we watched like the first 30 or 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I think there's stuff that was really awesome, but I don't want, this isn't a full review because I haven't know what to watch it all, but the pacing was weird. Like there was so much awesome, amazing stuff happening, but the editing is so fast. I'm like, let me see what's going on a little bit more. Let some of the characters have some more dialogue. It was too much like action out of dialogue. I'm like, I want to know why or who or what happened exactly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and they put so much effort into building that like world. Like it looks gorgeous, and they have this different style to it. I'm like, this is cool, but everything is so fast and like, just give it a minute to breathe. Let me try to soak some of this in. I got kind of annoyed by how fast it was. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
give me a little bit more. It just didn't feel. It just wasn't super refined. Like all they had to do was calm down a little bit, and it would have been even more enjoyable. But I was having fun so far.
Yeah.
The idea is fun. There were some really funny parts. The action was really cool. It just needed to like we were a little bit more refined. Like I don't know, the first one's awesome, and this one not at that level so far. But I'm gonna finish it. I don't know.
You
But yeah,
should.
it's on Netflix.
Don't be a quitter.
Yeah, but that's kind of cool.
All
Next
right,
one.
moving on. Only Murders in the Building, season 3 on Hulu,
Yeah,
August 8th. I'm excited.
Stoked. I'm so super stoked.
Oof.
The cast alone, like,
yeah. I forgotten Paul Rudd was going to be in it.
And Christina saw things. She's like, he was in it. I'm like, yeah, he was in like the last 2 minutes of the last season. Like they're setting up this season. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just gonna, it's gonna be fucking great, man. It's gonna be super. Even if it's not like the best thing ever, it's still gonna be super fucking enjoyable, and you're gonna laugh. And they do a great job with this show.
Yeah,
like Steve Martin and Martin Short together are just so good.
Yeah.
So finally, they have the date, and it's gonna be happening within a week. I'm excited.
That's right.
All right, and that's on Hulu.
That's right.
And then we also said Good Omens 2 just dropped, but you heard me earlier. Anyway, so we'll get to that one. All right, man. What do we got next?
All right. It's time for our world famous double feature. Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with summertime beach vibes, summer vacation. Let's kick it at the beach, boy. Yeah, man. Summertime beach. What do you got?
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Sure. Go for it.
Hopefully this is not one you picked, but I have a big list and I'm like, oh, and then I finally got one. I'm like, I think this is the one. Because it's lighter. It's lighter than all my other crazy ones. My summer beach one. What about Bob?
Ooh, I like that one.
That movie's it's fucking hilarious, man. Bill Murray was killing it in that movie. He goes sailing in that movie. Poor doctor. What's it? I forgot. Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah. What's his doctor? Oh, anyways, but yeah, that movie cracked me up. When I first saw it, I kind of didn't quite fully get that film, but the more I watched it over the years, especially, I like, fuck, it's so good.
That's good. I remember watching that, and Bill's so fucking annoying. in the movie. and yeah, and Richard Dreyfuss is not a good doctor, and
Not a good person.
he's narcissistic and selfish, and is like totally opposite of the person he portrays on the character, I guess, that he wants to be as a doctor. It was a good movie, man. I liked it. Who do you know who directed that? Is it somebody famous?
I don't. I'll look that shit up right now. I don't think it was though.
Yeah. You know what? You named that, and then something came into my like. Damn, I should. This is what I'm gonna pick for my double feature, and I think it's gonna go really well with this movie because it's similar era. I'm gonna go with Weekend at Bernie's, and I remember watching that. One. Yeah, so I think that makes a great double feature. I remember when they were like sitting on the top of the roof and they're like their shoes are melting or some shit, and they're just like, dude, it was just because they put tar on the ceiling on the roof and stuff, and yeah, and I'm like, man, that's like the valley weather right there.
You felt the heat in that movie. That movie was a big deal. I remember when it came out, like watching it. I was so excited to watch in the theaters. I'm like, this is a crazy thing, and they pulled it off. Like, this is funny.
When they finally got the whole bit going, where they're tied to their hands, and they got, man, that was hilarious. It was like such a big payoff with all the little falls and or like all the little accidents and stuff that happened with them. I mean, dude, that shit had me crying and laughter.
That poor guy just throwing him off buildings and smashing them, and he keeps that little smirk on his face the whole time.
Yeah. He has a wig. They staple the wig to his fucking head and shit.
Just a different world.
Hey, Bernie. Everybody would go to his house and like, remember, like the guy brought him Coke, and they're like, what the fuck? They like, and then there was a hitman that was going to kill him. And remember, like the guy just kept, he's like, I killed him. He's killing. He's dead. And he keeps killing him. And they keep walking him around. And guy's losing his mind. It's hilarious.
That movie was fucking funny. To get back. All right. What about Bob? Directed by Frank Oz. Also directed Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That dude's
got a good movie.
Dude's got a pedigree. Also played the voice of Yoda for those other nerds out there. But man, there you go.
Yeah, that's cool. We did it, man. We got some good ones in there.
Those are some good ones. We did better than I thought we were going to do.
Yeah.
So there you go. What about Bob and Weekend at Bernie's? Shit, I'm going to watch those right now.
Right? Yeah, good job, man.
All right, man. Anything else?
All right. Oh, man, I think I just gave you too many compliments. I gotta go dark right here. Anything else you want to add? I'm not gonna call your name, but go ahead.
I gotta catch up on some stuff. We gotta get to gemstones. I think that's top of my list soon.
Yeah. Stop quitting things, quitter.
Speaking of dark, gemstones. There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I gotta finish some stuff, man. I gotta finish Justified. I have to finish Hijack. I have to finish what else am I watching? I think that's it. Righteous Gemstones I have to finish. Well, anyways, a lot of things on the list that I gotta finish. All right. That's our show for the day. Anything you want to add? Last bit? No.
Here's the thing. We started rewatching Ted Lasso season 3 just to kind of have in the background. We're working on some stuff, and it's not holding up as well as the first time I watched it. I think there's more holes that I'm kind of punching into, and we're like, what is this and what is that? So I'm like, I'm a little surprised that it was one of my favorites of this year so far. I think because it ended so strong. I had that we had that emotional high, but after we're watching it again, it's like it's not quite hitting the way it hit originally. So that's an interesting one. So we'll see how it does when we finish the whole season again and we revisit our top of the year. That's my interesting bit for you.
All right. I rewatched season 2 of The Bear with my sister, my brother-in-law. And I've watched it already, and they were watching it for the first time. And I enjoyed seeing their faces and hearing their no, oh no, like they're like cries for help, and when it happened and seeing the reaction of everything that would happen, I loved it, and like I love the show even more now. I'm like, man, it's fucked up, but it's so good, and it's like so stressed. The stress is still there, the tension's still there, the love, the care, like
Yeah.
everything, like the intention. Like now that you've seen it, now you're like, oh man, all this was intent. Everything is where it needs to be intentionally. It's not coincidence.
No, they planned it all out.
Yeah.
So good.
All right. So yeah, the FYI season 2, the bear holds up. You watch it again. All right. Well, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing something? Do you want to give Andres something to quit? All right. Let us know. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Two nerds, one pot. Vámonos, por Andres.